Hey Libra, and welcome to your monthly reading for Libra Sun or Rising. This is for the month of April 2023. So we are staying with the layout that I've been doing for the last couple of months because it just feels good, feels right, and I've gotten good feedback, so we'll just stick with it. All right, so we'll explain that card in a moment. Which deck do I want to use for my Libras? I'm gonna go with this deck here. So we're taking a look at also how your month is progressing, Libra. So we'll look at the beginning, how it's kind of starting out, where it's leading into. I like this. I'm liking this so far. Definitely liking this so far. Middle and end of the month. And let's take a look at feeling like that one wanted to come forward. What is the challenge card that's coming up for my Libras here? Okay. Interesting that we have the Queen and the King of Cups. Okay. Spiritual advice. All right. So let's get these all aligned and then let's take a look and break these down one by one. All right, Libra? All right, here we go. So because it's a collective reading, and it's not going to, of course, land for all of the Libra risings and all of the Libra suns that exist in the world, right? This card here is meant to help us direct where this reading is really pointing to, like what this is, what you can apply to what area, what theme of life. And what we have here is interesting. We have the 10th house. It's kind of weird to me how this card actually says, sorry, I'm just adjusting here, you guys. Been sitting for a minute. How this says authority. Yeah, I could see that, but I don't really relate to that particular word. The 10th house, right? This is all about your career house, right? This is a very public house. It's very out there in the world. So, I think this is what's up. What's up for you is the career house, is your work in the world. And yeah, I guess I could see them talking about authority because it's ruled by Saturn. And so, perhaps because it's ruled by Capricorn. And so, definitely, striving to get to the top of that mountain, having the endurance and the energy and the dedication and the integrity and the stamina to keep going, to get to the top, to shine, right? To get to the top of that mountain. And so it is a very public place. And I think that what's up for you is in this world. So for those of you who that resonates with, that's a very specific house. So we'll see how this is actually coming together. I think that you've actually currently are coming into this month with some new beginnings, maybe some new opportunities, but feeling like you've just come out of look, haven't we all just come out of the month of March with all of the astrology, the roller coaster that was, and into this new place? Yes. But specifically for you, I think that maybe there are some new opportunities or that you might be feeling more optimistic, might be feeling like more on path even, feeling better about what lies ahead and about where you're going. Maybe even feeling like you've got some direction because we look at the middle of the month and we have, the 8 of Wands. And I think that you are coming into a space where, you can definitely shoot forward and have the momentum. This is about utilizing your creativity, your passion, your inspiration, your fire to go forward in life, to shoot for the stars. Like this is that shoot for the stars. All lights are a go, like all the arrows are flying up into the sky. This is the time to go. And I feel like the middle of the month that there is this theme for you of like, okay, you started out with the beginning of the month feeling like you've got a fresh start of some kind, right? Which is why I say that maybe it feels healing, maybe you feel optimistic, maybe you feel more clear and clean, right? The Star card comes after the Tower card, so you might have been feeling like, questioning this a lot lately and just feeling like there is a path that seems to be opening up maybe for you. And then we come into the end of and then we've got the green light, right? Like we've got that going on in the middle of the month. And then we come into the end of the month and we have the Queen of Cups, right? And the Queen of Cups is definitely, I would say, in inspired, muse-like, definitely nourishing and nurturing the things that feel good, the things that feel important. What else do I want to say about this? Because there are a couple things that come to mind where I'm just like, yeah, as it relates to the 10th house, though, I feel like this is probably feeling maybe inspired, feeling like a lot of emotion, though, and needing to, like, maybe because you've been like going, and by the time you get here, you're going to need to make sure that you take care of your emotional health, take care of, like, do the things that would feel nourishing and nurturing to recharge. Make sure that you're taking some time, as you know, like, there are bursts of energy and there's time to like go, and then there is a time to make sure that you're making sure to take care of your health, your emotional health on these levels, because if you don't take care of that, then you don't get to have the next burst, right? You could be down for the count. So you want to make sure to pay attention to that, or at least that's a theme that I think is going to be coming up. With that, I think that there are some challenging emotions. There is some probable burnout that's going on. The King of Cups normally is a king who can feel the breadth and the spectrum of emotions in its entirety and not be thrown off by it, right? Like, he has to be able to maintain some semblance of presence and grounding in order to rule over his kingdom, to create his kingdom, to make solid decisions, right? A king that was like erratic and emotional wouldn't be able to do that. But when it's in a challenge position, I think that what you're being confronted by is not feeling like you're totally having complete control of like the emotions that are coming up, maybe feeling like some real stress with that, having it feel like it's affecting your ability to stay present, maybe through the entire process. And so I think that that's something that you're going to want to address, right? Feeling maybe overwhelmed by your emotions, or feeling like the emotions that come up are a little all over the place or erratic, or they're kind of like taking you over. So like, do the things that you need to do in order to stay present. And I think part of what's going to help you with that is what's coming up for your spiritual advice, right? So your spiritual advice is the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles is like, you know, it's interesting because like, it's like I heard something recently from another reader that I thought, I was like, oh, that's a really cool way to look at it. I'll say that in a moment. But, you know, first and foremost, I think I would say this is about the give and take. This is about what's reciprocated and like how much you're giving and how much you're taking and how much other people are giving and taking with regard to you in relationship to you. And this is where the other reader said something, and I was like, I'm probably going to keep that forever now. It's just like, don't give what you don't got. And I was like, yeah, that's true. Yeah, you don't. Like, don't give what you don't got. Like, you don't give to the point of depletion, right? You don't, like, if you don't have anything left to give, you don't overgive, because what ends up happening is you end up in a place of resentment, right? And the other person it's like an imbalance of resources. And resources are not just money. Resources are, I mean, it's being illustrated here with money. Oops, I had that out of frame. But it's also time, energy, attention. Like, those are resources that we have that we are able to share with each other. And so, you know, if you feel like sometimes I know we go the extra mile and we give a little bit more than we actually have to give, because it's like, it's worth it. It feels like it's necessary, but you want to be really cautious here. And you also want to be cautious that you're not in a position where you're taking more then feels like fair, or that you can reciprocate at some point in connection to other people in the world of like work or business associates or projects. Like, maybe you're over promising and you can't actually deliver on everything that you've been talking about creating, you know, and you have to be realistic and have those conversations about like, hey, my plate is like, it's full and I want to do this, but like, I don't have the energy to do maybe all of this by the date that we talked about, and like renegotiate any agreements that need to be renegotiated, so that you have that be reciprocal and it feels like something that is balanced, right? So, and again, I'm relating all of this back to the 10th house kind of themes, because this is what we're seeing, is the 10th house is like really showing up here in a very clear way. So that's what I would say. You know, make sure that you look at these dynamics of give and take, right? And make adjustments where it's necessary. So, you know, if this feels resonant, awesome. If you want to get more of a full picture and this is your sun sign, check out your rising sign. See if that gives you a little bit more insight into how the month is unfolding. A few days from now, when these videos come out, I'll have the next moon phase readings up. I'm kind of like playing with how I want to do that, but anyway, those will be up. And you can also check out the ones that just came out towards the end of March as well. Those will be in my playlists. And if you want to know when the next videos are coming out, make sure you like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when these come out. And also, as always, if you want to get a really specific reading and really dive into specificity, which is what I like to do, I like to get really granular in my readings, then you can book a reading. The information's down below, and that is for a 30, 60, or 90-minute reading. So I hope that this was helpful, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, Libra.